yesterday. Sheriffs come here, or not sheriffs.
CHP, California Highway Patrol.
Okay, they come here. They're looking for Munchie. Josh says, "What they like? What are you looking to speak to him about, or whatever?" And they say, "We're investigating a murder." And Josh, I guess, takes the card, texts Munchie, tells him, gives him the phone number or whatever, and that was that. Then today at, I don't know, 11 a.m., 11:30, they're back, same dudes, plain clothes, driving like a regular truck or something, I guess. And they, again, approach Josh and for some reason offer more information. They say, we're looking for Munchie and Adam, and that we're looking for them because we want to have a conversation about an investigation that we're doing into the murder of Draco the Ruler.
And what is clearly setting up a RICO, you had that clip followed by these two clips.
Shit, I don't live at no jumper. Why they keep coming here? That's all. I mean, I don't know.
They came at 11:30. We be doing the news normally at noon. They probably thought you was finna be there at like that time.
Oh yeah, shit. I ain't homeless. I don't live here.
And that, well, yeah, you said, why didn't they just go to my house if they were trying to talk to me?
Right. So that's all.
Draco was all over Adam, right? Talking about this. No.
Hey, Draco is dead, bro. What are we talking about? Don't make me disrespectful.
Hold on, homie.
Hey, bro, look. Hold on. Dude, hey, you know Draco shit used to be on the table and ain't there no more, right? Draco shit was on the table and ain't there no more, right?
Hold
on. You do know I said Draco and his brother worked there on Friday. Dumbass up, bro. Hey, Draco is dead, bro. Hey, bro. Killed Draco. I passed the bottle back and forth to him all the time. What are we talking about?
Agenda, because I do Draco with Whack 100. I ask some questions.
Draco is dead, bro.
Why is that important? Well, let me help you out, Adam. The reason why the cops came and they wanted to talk to you, it's about you having footage. You don't know shit. They know you don't know shit. But they know that when Munchie B went out of his body and started talking shit, that he said, oh, I always have somebody with me when I come up to no jumper. So the cops, once they figured that shit out, once he said that, which he shouldn't have said, they said, we're going to start looking at the people that he brings up here. Because if the dude who he passes the bottle to is in that footage ever, they going to get his ass too. Meaning, Munchie, they going to want your phone. It's simple. I didn't know cats didn't know this because I'm seeing too many people saying, why the hell did they come? No. And then a video dropped yesterday that just became news to me. Boy, this shit crazy.
The dope was finna hit the stage, then I heard somebody got hit with a...
They then asked him what was YG wearing, and he would tell them a black ski mask, black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side, and black shiny shoes. They would then ask, so the other guys were wearing red, correct? And he would say yes. And as you can see right here, which would be the video of the situation, you can see the clothes that he's describing. A black ski mask, black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side, and black shiny shoes. A black ski mask, black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side, and black shiny shoes. Black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side, black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side, black shiny jacket, black pants with a red stripe going down the side.
Say I murdered this, they say I murdered that. Well, if that was true, you'd be a rag, and I'd be in the cell sleeping on a rag. But too bad that ain't no rag. All that talking on the app. The streets done, yes, a rap. They want to send me for the city whack. Same ones brought the city back.
So now it all makes sense why the police decided to go through his warehouse. What is a warehouse for? Storing things. If YG did do this and he didn't get rid of them clothes, y'all gonna get mad at what I say, but you get what you get. I don't feel sympathy, nor do I feel bad, nor do I feel anything when somebody sets themselves up. Now, this is all alleged, and I don't think YG was that damn dumb. I think what's gonna end up happening is YG's alibi is gonna work itself out. YG said, I was on stage when this shit happened. I heard what y'all heard. Now, if he just flat out lied and you did that shit, why the hell did you open your mouth like that? Why? Because if he does get arrested, that song will be played in the courtroom. It will. It literally will. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, speaking about it and you're a main culprit according to the law is wild. Now, why is that video important and all of this shit? Well, because it will confirm the belief that the person who's telling the story, AKA who's testifying, well, it would mean that they didn't lie. Draco's security guard says YG brandished knife during fatal backstage brawl. During a court deposition, a former security guard for LA rapper Draco the Ruler says he saw a masked YG and two others in his entourage brandish short blades moments before Draco was stabbed at Once Upon a Time in LA festival in 2021. YG has repeatedly denied involvement in Draco's death, saying he learned about a killing after arriving at the festival. Law enforcement searched Burbank property this week and briefly detained YG as they continued to investigate the murder. A former security guard for Draco, the Ruler, testified under oath that he saw rapper YG produce a knife and slash it toward him during a 2021 backstage fight in which Draco was fatally stabbed, according to recently obtained deposition excerpts. Alec Cooper III, who was part of Draco's security detail at Once Upon a Time in LA festival, said YG was front and center during the December 18, 2021 brawl and was one of three men he saw carrying what appeared to be short improvised knives. He said YG, whose real name is Keon Jackson, was wearing a ski mask, but he recognized the rapper's hazel eyes as he tried to protect Draco, whose legal name is Darrell Caldwell Jr. Representatives for YG did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The excerpts come from Cooper's March 2025 deposition, which surfaced last month in a court filing by attorneys representing Draco's family in a civil lawsuit against festival organizers and security contractors. It adds more context to the fight after law enforcement investigating the killing searched the Burbank property and detained YG. In the process on Thursday, the California Highway Patrol, with help from Burbank Police Department SWAT team, briefly detained YG while fellow officers searched the property. He was released after the search and was not arrested. YG has repeatedly denied involvement in Draco's death. On his June 2026 song, We Know the Truth, he rejected allegations connecting him to the killing and said he learned after arriving to perform at the festival that someone had been stabbed. A CHP spokesperson said the agency cannot comment as this is an ongoing and open investigation. When asked if YG is a suspect or person of interest in the case, no one has been arrested in the ongoing murder case. NBC Los Angeles reported that the warrant was served as part of the continuing homicide investigation. CHP told NBC that YG was present when officers arrived and was released when the search was completed. Draco's son and other relatives, along with Cooper, sued Live Nation, C3 Presents, Bobby D Presents, and several security contractors in February 2022, alleging that companies involved in staging and securing the festival failed to protect Draco from a foreseeable attack. YG is not a defendant in the lawsuit, front and center. Cooper testified that Draco's group was confronted by at least 20 to 25 people backstage. When asked whether he recognized anyone in the opposing group, Cooper named only YG. He was directly involved in the fight? An attorney for Draco's family asked. Yeah, Cooper answered, front and center. Cooper said the attackers divided into groups and surrounded Draco's party near the artist's entrance. Some wore red clothing, ski masks, or hoodies, and Cooper said festival security personnel failed to intervene and instead closed two gates that could have provided an escape route. God damn. They actually closed the gates and trapped us in where we couldn't leave, Cooper testified, according to his accounts. One exit was blocked by security personnel while attackers swarmed the other side of the backstage area. Cooper said he initially struck one of the approaching men and momentarily lost his footing. He then found himself fighting YG and a man he described as YG's bodyguard, with Draco positioned a foot or two behind him and to his right. And then YG produced a knife from his left hand, Cooper testified, describing the weapon as appearing to emerge from Jackson's sleeve. And when I saw that, I just backed up. As the confrontation continued, Cooper said the attackers moved toward Draco and swarmed him. Police arrived almost simultaneously, according to Cooper, and began breaking up the fight. 3 men with knives. Cooper described the weapon he attributed to YG as a silver blade approximately 3 to 4 inches long. He said he did not see a handle and compared its appearance to an improvised provision chain. He was slashing at me with it, like, getting me to back up, Cooper testified. He said he was not stabbed. Cooper said he saw 2 other men standing near YG with similar weapons. He described one man as being immediately beside YG and another as positioned behind and between them. Cooper said he concluded the men were armed after observing movements that differed from ordinary punching. Once I saw the stabbing, jabbing motion, Cooper testified, he tried to move away from those individuals. Cooper described one of the men as a bald black man, approximately 5 foot 9 inches or 5 foot 10 inches tall, with light brown or hazel eyes and a blue patterned crew neck shirt. He described the third as a similarly sized black man with dreadlocks, but said he could not remember the man's clothing. Cooper estimated YG is approximately 6'1" or 6'2" inches tall, which I'm gonna be honest, yeah, that's about right. Identifying YG behind the mask. Cooper acknowledged that the person he identified as YG was wearing a black, I don't know how to say this, balaclava. That's for rich people. I don't know shit about none of that. That exposed only the area around his eyes. He said the man also wore a black bomber-style jacket, black pants with red stripes, and shiny black shoes. Some stupid-ass hard bottles, huh? Asked how he could make the identification with much of the man's face covered, Cooper said he had met YG a lot and recognized his eyes, body, type, height, walk, and demeanor. Cooper also testified that members of the attacking group taunted Draco during the confrontation. He recalled hearing statements including, "Is that Draco? Is that who I think it is? What you want to do?" And now we finally got him. Cooper also reported hearing blood gang expressions, including "Sue whoop" and "Sup, blood," and seeing individuals beating their chests earlier in the deposition. Cooper said he had previously intervened when the 2 rappers encountered each other outside a recording studio. According to Cooper, YG approached Draco and asked, "What's up with all that internet stuff?" Cooper said he had to defuse the encounter. Cooper also cited Draco's 2021 song, Ingleweird, interviews and music released by artists associated with the 2 camps as evidence of an escalating dispute. He recalled a summer 2021 interview featuring YG and 2 other artists in which, according to Cooper, someone said, "We don't do that internet stuff. The homies gonna get you." Cooper testified that the history led him to warn Draco before the festival that more security was needed. He believed there was a substantial chance the 2 artists or their entourages would encounter each other as Draco left the stage or festival grounds. All parties will be back in court for the first of 2 hearings beginning August 13th, covering motions to dismiss the case brought by Bobby D Presents and Live Nation. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Because at the end of the day, everybody can have their opinions and they can believe what they want to believe. Oh, you said this, you said that, all of this shit and everything. Everybody can have their opinions, their thoughts about it, but it all is going to boil down to one simple thing: proof. All about proof. It's not about what you know, and this is the part where I disagree with a lot of people on shit, where they go, "You know this, and you know that, and all of these things," and it's like, yeah, I might know that, but just because I know doesn't mean I can prove. A lot of y'all right now, the only reason y'all ain't homeless is because your girl know you cheating. She just can't prove it. Well, I'm finna get some Instagram messages. Shit. I probably shouldn't have said that part. Delete that last part, man. Delete all that shit. Hell nah. Don't, ladies, we just joking. We all faithful. All men are faithful. All of that shit, man. It just, sometimes I be going, freestyling off the dome with this shit. I don't mean none of this stuff. But y'all, let me know your thoughts on this one. Do you believe that video is the video that shows YG? Because it looks pretty good. But how do we know cats didn't have the same type of shit? A lot of cats, man, listen, man, there's a lot of dudes who wear the same outfits, same type of shit all around. When you start seeing a brand be popular and people start wearing shit, remember those orange bomber jackets and shit? You know what I'm saying? Remember those jackets? So it's very possible that those are popular goddamn pants and all this shit and everything. But once again, if he was dumb enough to do this shit, you get what you get. I know I'm not sparing nobody. If you put yourself in a position to screw yourself over like that, so be it. So y'all went there. It is what it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. I hope YG, once again, I hope YG didn't do this stupid ass shit. I really do. Because if you put yourself in a position to come out of a city like Compton, from being a gang member and all of this shit, to racking up millions and millions and performing on stage in front of millions and millions of people, and all this about some punk ass shit from some words being said on wax, man. Man, listen, bro. And I know there's theories of Draco shot at him and all this shit and everything and all this shit and everything. But if somebody was moving reckless like this and just doing wild shit, you ain't got to be the one to get shit. Eventually, you garner enough enemies that they'll do something about it. When it comes to the drunkie, dude, hey, listen, your ass screwed yourself if this shit actually is true. Because you get online, you don't slick shit, you just flat out say stupid shit all the time, which makes no sense. You said people bring you up to no jumper. You said you passed the bottle to a person who killed somebody. And how did you know the knowledge that this person did that? The feds, AKA not the feds, but the junior feds, the state, they want your phone. See, when it became a massive lawsuit, that's when you should have known Cats was fucked. Draco's family will be making millions of dollars off of his death because it shouldn't have happened that way. If it was me, I could tell you like this, YG and his crew, none of that shit would have went down. We would have had way too many people. None of that shit. But then again, some of these goddamn security guards, they play favorites. They play all of this shit. And that's why you typically see a whole bunch of Polynesians or essays and shit like that blended in with they security and shit. When I was doing shit at Mexican clubs and all of this shit, my whole crew was black because we didn't play in the politics that they have. And that's the same exact shit here. But we shall see. Subscribe, turn on bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. Nolan Wells is being told he was drunk as shit. Click right here for that video or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch y'all in the next one very soon.